Привет, товарищи, and welcome to my Mashtskaya. Today, I'll be showing you the Mosin Nagant bolt-action rifle. So you may be asking yourself, what is a Mosin Nagant and why is it important? Well, to put it quite simply, this could be an excellent survival rifle for a number of reasons. The first one is because it's a surplus item and there's lots and lots of these rifles out there to pick from. Over 8 to 9 different variations of this rifle. And there's, I think, approximately 38 million of these rifles were made since the early 1890s or so. So this rifle, this style of rifle has been out for close to 100 years. Anyways, today I'll be showing you the different variations between the Mosin Nagant rifles, and I'm going to show you how to operate this thing. Alright, let's check it out. To operate a Mosin, it's very simple. The first thing that you do, you check if it's loaded or unloaded. And you just flip the bolt up and to the back, like so. Next, you can check the internal magazine to make sure there's no ammo in the magazine, or if there's one inside the chamber. After you verified that, the weapon is safe to handle. To further operate it and to load it, you can either take the stripper clip and insert it into the frame like so, and you just push all the rounds down into it. Or you can load it one at a time. Effective rate of fire with this bolt action rifle is about 10 rounds a minute. After that, you just push the bolt forward and down, and the rifle is ready to fire. Now, what's really interesting is this rifle is very safe to dry fire, of course, but it also has a very interesting manual safety. So the rifle needs to be charged, and then you take and you pull this to the back and to the left, and that locks the bolt down. Notice, I cannot fire the rifle nor cycle the rifle because that safety is now engaged. To put it back, you just simply pull back into the right so it's in line. At this point, you can fire the rifle. The first major distinction in Mosin Nagant rifles is whether or not it's a hex or a round receiver. And to tell that, it's actually really quite simple. Looking over here, you notice that it's squared off. And you can definitely see 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. This is a hex receiver. There's a lot more work, and obviously, as you can see on this one, the finish looks always way better. Now, the wartime and the last issue or a wartime production rifles have kind of a round receiver. This makes it more cost effective, but it doesn't have the fancy or refined look like a hex receiver. And the second distinction that we have between the Mosin Nagant rifles is the overall length. Here we have the traditional 91-30 length, and we have the M44 carbine length. Now, there's well over 8 to 9 variations, but to kind of put it mildly into terms that you can understand, is the M44 is 40 inches or 101 centimeters, and then 91-30 is 48.5, so almost 49 inches. That's 123 centimeters. Now, strangely enough, even though you have, a good 9 inches that's missing out of the M44, these rifles still weigh about the same, 4 kilograms or 9 pounds, which is really, really strange. Now, mostly that has to do with the M44. It has the folding bayonet, which is obviously steel that you're adding to it. And the 91-30s have a removable bayonet, probably the main reason. Now, the longer rifles obviously were invented and implemented first, but later they made the shorter carbine, the M38 and M44, like this one. They made these for urban street fighting, as they were getting closer to Germany, clean out buildings and make sure that there was no Germans or no more Nazis. This is basically what they used. Now, as you guys know, the Russians are very famous for making simple and reliable weapon systems. And this rifle is actually no different. Something that you might recognize if you know AK platforms are the simple iron sights that we have here. This is what you call a ladder, and this is a leaf. And if you push the buttons together, you can push it up for the different various increments of height. Now the front is a very simple front post that's hooded for protection, and it's actually very hard to knock off the sights on a Mosin Nagant rifle. Most likely, if you somehow manage to knock off the sights on your rifle, you've either been blown up, run over by a tank, or something very similar to that. Now, something that's very interesting is the Mosin Nagant is called the Mosin Nagant only in the United States. In Russia, it's only called Vintovka Mosina. Now, what's really interesting, the reason for the double name in America is because there's actually two designers worked together to make this rifle. The first one is actually Sergei Ivanovich Mosin. He was a Russian designer, and then you had a Belgian designer named Leon Nagant, and they both worked together and they put together this rifle. Now, what's really interesting is this round, the 7.62 by 54, is still being utilized in the Russian military and in other militaries worldwide, and it's just an amazing round. So actually, I'm gonna have a part 2 to this Mosin Nagant series, and I'll be showing you guys the penetration of the 7.62 54 round coming out of a Mosin Nagant. I'm gonna show you the accuracy that these rifles are capable of, and it's going to be really interesting, and have a lot of stuff planned for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Now, another pretty interesting thing, I usually do a video showing how to disassemble a firearm. With the Mosin Nagant, I'm not even going to make a separate video for that. To simply take this rifle apart, you lift the bolt up, pull the trigger all the way in and hold it, and just pull the bolt out. That is literally all you need to do to disassemble this rifle. At this point, you can take a oiled shoestring and pull it all the way through the barrel, and you're basically done cleaning this thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and like it down below, comment in the comments, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And I'll enjoy seeing you guys next time. Пока-пока.